个 gift pack 先。对，好。
刚好一整包还没切换。Not working?
Oh, there we go. So this is forward.
Yes.
Daddy AI 的。
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Claire? Daddy AI.
verify 一下 Virgin Labs 的 slide， 就看一下是不是最新。
好，你是
Virgin Labs。
OK， 对，没关系，应该。
我只是要
等一下会 Q 你们。
OK。
对。
要怎么发音 ？Ricky 换 Ricky 的。
Claire, please change the slide to Ricky.
对 ，Ricky。
And Jeff, can you give us some background music? Thank you. I'm feeling better now. the wrong slides. What? Q pixel. Sorry.
Gen Labs， 它有刚新的，最后一个 Rev Gen Labs。好。
afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Taiwan Demo Day. The event will begin in 1 minute, so please feel free to find a seat you like ASAP. And there are still many seats with a good view available on both sides, so please feel free to make use of them. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Kyle from Business Next Media, the co-organizer of Taiwan Tech Summit 2024. Welcome to the Taiwan Demo Day. If you missed my introduction this morning, please allow me to repeat it. Business Next Media is a tech media company from Taiwan, and we are deeply focused on the development of new technology, new economy, and new business model. In 2011, we established a startup community called Meet Global. Through media exposure, small network events, and also mega events like the biggest startup exhibition in Asia, it's called Meet Taipei, we help startups create opportunities and explore some resources to help them their startup succeed. We're also actively expanding outwards, aiming to foster exchanges between the startup ecosystem in Taiwan and in the US. In a moment, 15 outstanding startups will be sharing on stage, and we will have feedbacks from 5 professional facilitating investors who will provide their insights and comments. So before we officially start, I would like to invite our 5 judges to come up for a group photo and take this opportunity to introduce them. So please give them a warm round of applause. First, we'll have Daniel Lee from Seattle Angel Conferences. And Tim Liao, the investment manager of Acorn Pacific Venture. Please come up to the stage. And Dr. Sean Wang, the managing director of XClav X. And Abhijit Duga, the marketing intelligence and strategy from Intel. And of course, Yuli Su, the venture partner of Adding Ventures. Please, the banner. We have a banner for the group photo. Yay, and I'm sorry, I missed someone. The chair of Taiwan Tech Summit, Kelly. Sorry about that. Lady in the center, please. And later on, I will invite all the startups to come up stage together and to share a group photo. Thumbs up. Okay, please stay on the stage with us, and I would like to ask all the startups who's going to show your pitch later to come up stage and take a group photo with us, please. That's okay. Please. Find the right spot and strike a pose. spread to the right side. How about that? Right side, yes. And I want to join too. Is that okay? Okay. Squeeze. Squeeze. Thumbs up. A small tip: when your eyes can look at the camera, then the camera will see you. So make sure you see the camera. Thank you so much. And looking forward to all the great performances by the 15 startups. All right. We're going to proceed to the startup demo pitch right now. And the way we're going to do this is each startup will have 6 minutes to pitch, and we'll open 4 minutes Q&A session from the facilitating investors. So, are you ready? Okay, let's welcome the first startup to the stage, Trading Valley. Welcome the co-founder of Trading Valley, Zhihao.
Okay, good afternoon. It's a great honor to kick off this afternoon section. So we are Trading Valley. So we are a fintech company that brings AI into stock investing. So today, if we're trying to put money in the stock market, there's two popular choices. So first one is that we go through those robo-advisors, which I named a few. And the next is we do it ourselves. So we either go through this like popular trading platform. Oh, sorry. But we are not satisfied. So those robo-advisors, they usually sell ETF with their predetermined portfolio, which is lack of customization for the end users. And sometimes we just feeling that's just a new way for the institution to sell investing product. And for those DIY investors, we need to spend lots of work and lots of time to dealing with all these different complicated tools. So we introduced Growing. So we have 3 main features. So we have a Gen AI assistant which we call Win-Win GPT, that can handle all the stock-related questions. And second, we have our machine learning stock rating system that help all the investors to understand how the stock performs in few seconds. And last but not least, we have our own robo-advisor, which help investors to invest in ETF and also stocks. So due to the time limits and also demo demon is a real thing, so please let me just use screenshot to demonstrate our product. So I just ask the same 2 questions to our Win-Win GPT and also Chat GPT. So at your left, I just ask them, so please help me summarize the NVIDIA financial report. So you can see our Win-Win GPT provide a much detailed information, also with a table and some graphic chart to help our user to better understand the highlight of the NVIDIAs. And at the right-hand side, I just ask them, please help me make a portfolio with NVIDIA and similar stocks. So our Win-Win GPT provide a list of stocks, and also at the background, it create a working investing model. So our Win-Win GPT can share the historical allocation and also the backtesting result compared to the S&P 500. That is something ChatGPT cannot provide. So the next stage, we want to connect our Win-Win GPT with the real world, like connecting with the banks and the brokerage firm that allows our user to directly placing a trading order with our Win-Win GPT. So we are Trading Valley, so we already been in the market for a few years. We serve both B2B and B2C clients. So this is our B2B clients in Taiwan. So some of them are very well-known financial institutions. We help them to build robo-advisor platform. And this is growing our B2C approach. So we have robo-advisor and also more like a stock research platform. So we're expecting to double our revenue in the next year in 2025 and double again in 2026. So we are looking for expanding our business to overseas market, especially like in the US and also Southeast Asia. So our go-to-market strategy is we're partnering with the existing tech provider in different countries. So we are now in conversation with a wealth tech company in the Hong Kong and also a security solution provider in the New York. So we are raising US 1.5 million for exchanging our 20% of our equity, and majority of the use will be the new hire. So we want to recruit more developer and salespeople to help our business grow. So this is our team. Jerry is our co-founder. He's a former Wall Street trader. So he leads a quant team to develop all the investing algorithm and also the machine learning model. And me as more like a business development person. So we are very honored to be selected as one of the Taiwan AI ecosystem few years in a row. And so that's about it. So if you are interested at our solution or you just want to try out our Win-Win GPT, please find me after this. And we are Trading Valley. Let's reimagine the way we do stock investing. Thank you.
Thank you, Trading Valley. Yeah, please stay with us. Any questions from the judges? Let's let Sean, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's Sean, right, but
how
I'm
do
sorry,
you
it's too dark. Sean goes first, then Dennis.
How do you differentiate yourself from the leading provider like Insight? And do you have simulation mechanism to simulate the investment to justify your efficiency?
So for the investing algorithm that provide from our Win-Win GPT, from our Gen AI, it's more like we want to build a AI assistant that can help you to build your own investing strategy. So we are not just providing one single like investing model for the users. So we want to have a really assistant to really help you along your stock investing journeys. So this is more like a different approach.
Okay, next question from Dennis.
Thanks for sharing. I really like your presentation. So just a quick question about, so your target customers is actually the Wall Street professional and those organizations, is that correct?
Yeah, so we are more like targeting B2B partnerships. So we are partnered with solution providers, so we can integrate our solution within their ecosystem to serve those maybe like private banking or maybe like a brokerage firm. So that's pretty much correct.
So what's the challenge you typically face when you try to get to these technology providers?
To be honest, it's more like connection. So yeah, this is a very small industry, and we need to break out those relationships like with maybe good like a strategic investor or maybe good strategic partners. So we are very lucky that we got connection with this wealth tech in Hong Kong and also this security company in New York, but we expecting more.
Great. So this round of fundraising, you are going to hire new people. Is it more on the technology side or the sales side?
We're expanding like half. Because for now, most of our team are just tech people. So we just only like me and my other co-founder doing like sales stuff. So we want to recruit a lot of different business people. Yep.
Thank you so much.
We still got a few minutes. Questions from team.
Oh, sure. So I'm wondering about a go-to-market strategy. So it seems that you're trying to partner with more like brokers, let's say in Wall Street, to expand. So two questions. One is, are these like exclusive partnerships? How many partners do they have at the same time that serve the similar functions? The second question is, how do you scale through all these partnerships? It seems, it's like you have to knock door by door, and especially you're a foreign company.
Yeah, so need to be very super like honest. Like in Taiwan, it's not like exclusive. So we do help different institutions, but in other countries, actually we not super familiar with the market. So that is why we just trying to talk with many people and to see how that works. And because we are working with the solution provider, so I think that we can work a better go-to-market strategy together, that we're providing this solution to one a very big institution, or we can serve multiples. So that is, I think, is very crucial, like a business decision for me. But we love to have more discussion with the investors or the partners.
Final 30 seconds.
So a question I have is with respect to the brokers that you are talking about. Are they the typical brokers that will be working for a large investment banking firm like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan or somebody like that?
Yeah, correct. So they are, but it also can, because the New York security, these are like security solution providers, they serve like retail brokerage firm. They also sell more like a private banking. So they do a lot of business with different institutions. So we're just trying to find where's the good fit for our solutions.
So wouldn't...
I'm sorry, the time's up. Okay, maybe we'll leave the questions during the networking session. Thank you so much, Trading Valley.
Thank you.
Okay. Please hand the microphone to my colleagues. And the second team with the demo show session 1 AI application, we have Togis AI. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Lai. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Togis AI. We set out to build the safest and most reliable AI for enterprise. So what is Togis AI? So it is the privacy-first on-premise AI workstation built for internal knowledge management. Think of it as your private ChatGPT for enterprise knowledge retrieval. Now let's look at a typical pain point of a manufacturing companies. By the way, there are over 2 million of these ISO 9000 qualified companies. They all have internal document centers. On the left, you're seeing a desktop of a typical manufacturing company with tons of PDFs, Excels, PowerPoints. It's very fragmented and rare. It's really messy. On the right is a frustrated field application engineer trying to break his head, thinking through all these documents, PDF, find the spec of the product, the bills of materials, all this information in order to support the sales team. My co-founder, Elman, over there, serial entrepreneur, he was a senior product manager in a traditional computer manufacturing companies. He said it's a pain in the butt to support the pre-sale. And same feedback we got from talking to the boss of the manufacturing companies. So, why is it so frustrating? Because it's operational inefficient to go through tons of these internal documents. When the employees quit, the internal knowledge is lost. And the worst part is you cannot use ChatGPT because there's a risk of sending the data to somebody's cloud and then the data breach problem. I think the worst nightmare for a lot of the company's owner is this. No one wants their internal secrets to become someone AI's company's training data, like the Samsung and ChatGPT incidents. And Togis AI aims to resolve this privacy problem in AI. We deliver an all-in-one privacy-first workstation with everything you need to run the latest and advanced generative models for internal knowledge management, so that a salesperson can just ask AI locally and safely, and be able to get the latest company secret and know-how and product spec at the fingertips. So when I say on-premise, I mean the GPU, the file storage, the rack, the local models are all hosted on-premise in a box, and it just works out of the box. Let me show you a 30-second demo. So let's say you have a salesperson, you want to create an AI PM, give it a name, the description of the bots, and the access control. You can just set the file directory or drag and drop a bunch of PDF and train. What it does is on-premise, It is digesting all this PDF, turning into a vector database, and there you go. You have the AI chatbot with your company's knowledge. Let's say you have a PDF, you can ask what is the prerequisite for this hardware setup. And there you go. It will pull the right information from the right PDF, and you can see the source of it, the PDF name. You can ask in Chinese as well. What is the SOP for this complex document? You will pull the information from 4 rectangles, given a bullet point. So with Talkies AI, a salesperson will always have the internal knowledge very handy without relying on human. Why is Talkies AI uniquely positioned? We are plug and play, so it's instantly deployable. We have the end-to-end total AI solution with 0 setup costs. We built a privacy-first architecture so that because we have on-premise RAG and local LLM to ensure data security. So no data is stored on the cloud. We have enhanced accuracy by reducing hallucination that is very common in ChatGPT. Our response is confined within your training data, your documents. We support deployment to on-prem hardware and also private cloud. And we have APIs to support third-party apps plugin. So when we look at the competitive space, there's one end of the spectrum that is the hardware edge AI box manufacturers. They have no AI software solutions. So they cannot do plug and play unless the customer have a huge IT department. On the other end of the spectrum, there's the cloud-based AI agent software, like ChatGPT, Cloud AI. They cannot guarantee data privacy. So we are positioned uniquely in between. And we define this segment as AI workstation with some more superior accuracy, unlimited file support, and better access control. How do we make money? So we charge annual license fee, $30,000 per year per workstation. And the AI server market is obviously huge and is growing in the next 10 years to over 400 billion. And when we started with US and APAC markets, that converts to 10 billion serviceable available market. And we are confident in 3 years we'll get to 10K customers. That is equal to 150 million ARR. And why US and APAC markets? Glad that you asked. When we look at the ISO 9000 qualified companies, the US and APAC regions are among the top 20 countries. ISO 9000 basically require these companies to have internal document centers because they need to be audited later on. And that means they are ready to be our customers. So we started this project, building this project 3 months full-time, about 3 months ago. We have already reached 150K ARR. We have 10 customers. We have signed deals with 6 system integrator, or SI, in different regions. And we have closed our angel round. So you came from big tech, Apple, Google, and grads from Carnegie Mellon, UCLA, and Waterloo, and we are backed by VCs. We are raising our seed round, 5 million. So look forward to speaking with you offline after this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Any questions from the judges?
Could you explain a little bit more about how you arrived at that $30,000 per year number? Because that seems a little high if it is per server. And how much throughput is possible? How much can a company do with 30,000? How many of these would a company need?
That's a great question. We get this question a lot. So we aim to automate knowledge management, and this is a very common activity in manufacturing companies during the pre-sale cycles. So $30,000 in the average salary for a product manager or FAE or in a year. So when we sell to the manufacturing companies, basically we buy 1 unit of Talkies AI. You can replace not just 1 product manager, but multiple product managers. That's why the $30,000. And in terms of how many units they would need, so we are strategically selling to different departments of the company. It's very interesting. Our first customer is actually the Chinese University of Hong Kong. The professor, we usually have like 4 or 5 PhD students. Then we sell 1 unit to them because this is the perfect scenario. They have unpublished research data. They don't want to send to ChatGPT, so they use 1 unit. But we can use the same strategy to sell to different departments of the company. So multiple units per company.
So do you have an estimate of, you said they have people who are doing this, and the machine would do this for them. do you have a ratio sort of as to how many people could be replaced with this approach?
Great. We think one device, you basically can automate, replace at least like 5 or 10 product managers. And basically, that is easily a whole department of like SMEs, manufacturing companies right there.
Okay, thank you. That could have.
Okay. Any other team?
Sure. I'm also curious. So I saw your slide on competition, but it seems like you're comparing your companies with other, like hardware or like large language models company. And I'm not sure that's the best comparison, because I also feel that you should compare with some vector database, providers. And why do you think you're still staying out, especially in the Silicon Valley?
That's great. And vector database is actually one of the many components we've used, because we want to sort of benchmark with traditional like hardware manufacturing companies like Dell, HP's. In Taiwan, there's Avalanche company, they sell hardware box. Because we do our form factor is actually a box that sits on the desk of an office. So in this case, it would make sense to compare with the AI server company. On the other hand, what I didn't mention how our focus so much is we support private cloud deployment. So ChatGPT, our cloud AI, they're all cloud-based AI agents. So we would like to compare with them, and with the guarantee that the cloud instance is only accessible by the customers. So that's the differentiator with ChatGPT, and that's why we are so unique position. We would like to define this segment as AI workstation.
Dennis?
Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for your presentation. And it sounds like you have made a lot of progress in a very short period of time. Can you share a little bit about your initial customer? What's their feedback? How they feel about the benefit or any good things with your product or service, and how about challenges? Have you heard anything from there?
Thank you for the encouragement.
Please finish your answer in 30 seconds.
Yes. Most of the team came from Apple. Like we built Siri from day one, 13 years ago. We are the founding engineer of Siri Chinese. So our customers is ARM, for example, ARM. So they are very delighted about the experience. Like they are not seeing a lot of hallucination as opposed to using ChatGPT. Because ARM is an IP company. They have a lot of specs, like Core Stone 300, 1000. When they ask ChatGPT, it's hallucination like crazy. And they don't want answer out of the scope. For us, like we only reduce the scope to within the training data. That's perfect for a use case.
Great.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Thank you so
Jeffrey
much.
Lai, co-founder and CEO from Talkies AI. Thank you. And the third team, we have Gift Pack. Archer Zhang, founder and CEO from Gift Pack.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Archer, founder and CEO of GiftPack. And we're here to build the global incentive infrastructure for your business success with AI-powered solutions. And first, take a look at how we get here. If you're running a business, the most metrics you're looking at are supposed to be your sales closing rate, prospecting, marketing, and your client employee retention. In the past 100 years, we learned that there's the most important activities that is going to be very effective as incentive programs. But these are good, having great results, but unfortunately, it's a time-consuming necessity. You're paying a lot of time and investments into onboarding your employees, customers, celebrating with them, and we're right around the corner of our Christmas campaign. What if these thousands of hours of expenses can be illuminating into just minutes and seconds that would change the world of how you run your efficiency in your organization? But before we talk about the solution, let's take a look at how people feel about their incentives and gifts. Very close to 70% of the recipients, they don't like the gifts from their clients and employee. They got returned, they got thrown, they got donated, and that is not fair to how much time you spend on that, and you are not getting remembered. And so here are the ways that we think going to be way better if we can always make people the right choices on the gifts itself. People like it, and the personalization has to be super easy from the manufacturing standpoint. And we automate your entire operation process, give you the hands-free platform, centralize your global procurement, then scaling your creativity, even creativity. So here are some of the components that we built up as a hierarchy that walk through how to make this happen. First part is a huge marketplace that connects domestically and internationally with more than 3.2 million kinds of products in 241 countries, with tangible products, e-vouchers, and also live experiences, giving you the wide enough foundation to treat your employee and client well. But marketplace is not sexy enough. As long as the product exists in a gift pack, we don't shop on Amazon. We know it's cheaper, and corporate big gifting budget is usually very limited, and we're here to shine your $100 budget in front of your employee and clients. And now pushing forward to the branded merchants, even just like a t-shirt I'm wearing, and you have to have a lot of communications and back and forth and mocking up to see if this is what you're actually looking for in terms of textures, the colors. But we use our technology with Vision Engine to simulate more than 400 different textures and more than 30 different printing methods on the product itself. You can see on my screen with the real-life demo. And this will be exactly the same as what you receive when it delivers to your door. We generate your branding store in a couple of seconds, then you can start selling to your customers and employ with your loyalty program. Putting logos on single items is cool, but not good enough. How about having AI with my logo and branding guideline to generate the entire swag set based on my campaign? I'm having a summer campaign, also have my Christmas celebration with my customers, and this can be super easy to be deployed to more than 21,000 products with AI when your HR and marketing don't know how to design. And straightforward, when people ask me, hey Archer, can you give me a proposal about my custom sets of gifts with different kinds of combination, and it has to be global-wide. Now AI can do the same, make recommendation for everybody with the real-world database, thickness, heights, weights, and different textures. And when we have an AI that can actually bridge the idea generation to the product landing, now we look at the operation. We connect to our customers' CRM, HRIS, and ATS to automate the entire process. When my sales guy close the deal, people sign a contract, and the gifts will automatically send out to the client store. The guy will need to have anything sit down and waiting here doing the operation, and they can do more to hunt down other deals. Same for the HR onboarding. Our business framework is pretty simple. Left inside the global networking, and we're focusing on building the softwares on platform assurance plus the open API. And we sell our solutions to the large corporations, usually more than 5,000 employees, to the distributors, to the platforms like employee engagement who need our supply chain technology to build up. They can sell their customers, hey, I'm building my software. And we work with the US government directly with the government procurement contract, 50 states nationwide, to elevate again of how government doing promotional items. Sales-wise, most of our customers are based in the US, and no limitation, coming from 42 countries at the moment. We're in a market that is not new, but very traditional, waiting for technology to renovate, and not being capped with the only corporate gifting market at this moment. Every single technology that I mentioned above are be able to break the wall to enter the general gifting market that is way bigger without ceiling. We have a team with more than 15 years experience in AI and global supply chain, backed up by the famous LPs in Taiwan, Silicon Valley, and also Japan and Singapore. Some of the stats that, as a takeaway for you guys, we're at $11 million annual revenue, and the annual growth rate is pretty high with the 3 nationwide government contract with the US government. Now raising our pre-A round for $20 million and already committed 50%, which is $10 million. And this will take us in the following 3 years to the total $160 million annual revenue. And my name is Archer, founder and CEO of GiftPack, here to make the personalization with no boundary. Thank you.
Thank you, Archer. Any questions for gift pack? Sean?
Yeah, congratulations. I think your company has been around for a while, and I was wondering about your growth. Actually, you show that more than 1,000%. It's great. Do you see any recent target market you want to go for, and are those funding requirements will be used for that?
Yeah, thanks for that question. And currently, in the following 3 and 5 years that we're still focusing in the US market, working with the government is a long journey, even we have the 5-year contract. So we're looking for our lead investors, especially based in the US, and be able to help us either dealing with the government relationships and also help us to expand our corporate network in a very short amount, of time as a strategic play.
Thank you.
Tim?
Yeah, I'm also curious. Can you share some numbers about what's the proportion of your organic customers and inorganic customers, and also what's the source? How do you do customer acquisition? Thank you.
Yeah. So let me answer the customer acquisition part. We have a global affiliate program now asking a lot of significant individuals in different industries like hospital and healthcare, and we made the cut when they introduce the leads to us. And we don't do much marketing, and it's really we tried it, but it's not actually working. So we're focusing on building us as an infrastructure that supply our technology and supply chain to the employee engagement platform, sales and marketing platform. They build their software, but they suck at supply chain. And we help them to present their customers. Now we have everything ready for you to sell, to elevate the entire industry standard. So that's the most effective way that we are going to get our customers and also making money. It's why the US government can see us as an infra. But the initial customers, I would say, is all by referral. Again, we don't do much on the marketing side, it's not working. But on peer-to-peer, is most of the time we acquire large customers and by referral, even like the Philip Morris International, the large tobacco company.
Archer, really like your presentation. So just a quick question, because it sounds like you are a two-sides platform. What's your strategy on the vendors acquisition? How do you building up your supply chain side and all these different vendors to provide the gifts?
Yeah, thanks for that. And my wife and my general manager is right there. She's Caroline, and then she's a master of supply chain and helping me to actually connect to multiple really large platforms, and even from the source of the factory itself, that be able to get us the best cut on everything that we're selling. Even for Amazon gift cards, you buy the $100 value, and a gift card we sell $92. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of like a different negotiations and the channeling play that we exchange the resources with different channels, and that be able to get a huge cut and by so many different countries, like I say, 241. Hope that answers a part of your question.
One final question from Yuli or... Okay, Yuli.
So, who is, for the next round, I mean, since like your scale up, your growth, who is your main competitor you see?
Yeah, people treat Sendozo, they're also in Bay Area, and as one of our competitors, but I would say not. It's very unique to build an infrastructure as GiftPack we're doing. People present themselves, our competitor, there are gifting services, they're helping companies to do the sales enablement, that kind of stuff. But for us, we don't really like to hunt customers themselves. We want to play ourselves as an infrastructure and foundation to help these companies success. So even for our competitor, they're asking for, hey Archer, can you share your supply chain technology to us so we can sell our customers your way? Yeah.
Okay, our time's up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Next team we have Sea Salt AI. Are you ready? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's okay. Go.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Xu Chen Yao. I'm the CEO of Sea Salt AI. We are a Seattle-based company. Today came down here to enjoy the California sunshine. Really great to see all of you guys. Sea Salt AI develops voice AI applications. Have you ever had some very long holding time when calling into an airline company?
Time
just
is
like
2
this.
hours. Please hold on the line.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Or simply cannot get connected to a business during the business hours or even after the hours. Right. So Sea Salt AI actually helps develop voice AI applications for telephone lines. The problem is that when customers call a business, 22% of the time they do not even pick up. And then when businesses call back to the customers, 48% of the time, customers don't even pick up. Right? So this has created a huge problem with a lot of potential leads not captured by the businesses, and also every year millions and millions of phone calls not answered at all. Right? So this has become a crisis. And what about existing solutions, solved by existing customers, existing solution providers, right? They are not very good either. I'm going to introduce you to that later. And the
closer to your microphone.
And the voice AI application developed Sea Salt AI is already disrupting the $5 billion contact center software market. And according to BVP, it's going to unlock the other $10 billion new software market. Right? So that's the market size that we are addressing today. And existing solutions represented by Avaya, Genesys, and BPO call centers all have their own individual problems. First of all, they cannot help solve the labor shortage problem effectively. And also, they introduce new technical issues, such as very, very long IVR menus and very robotic voices. And C-AI's mission is to help businesses respond to customers with contextual conversations, 24/7 text to call. Here's how it works. When a customer calls a business, if the line is busy or the agents are not available, the call will get forwarded to our voice AI agents, both inbound and outbound. And our voice AI agents work 24/7, day and night. They sound super, super natural and deliver near human performance. And here's a quick demo.
Let's first listen to a conversation between a customer and CChat AI voice agent.
Hi, can you book me a demo meeting?
Sure. When are you available?
I can talk today at 2 p.m. from Seattle.
I just sent you a calendar invite at 2 p.m.
Keep rolling.
Let's first listen to a conversation between a customer and CChat AI voice agent.
Hi, can you book me a demo meeting?
Sure. When are you available?
I can talk today at 2 p.m. from Seattle.
I just sent you a calendar invite at 2 p.m.
Okay.
It seems
so
that's
I
all.
guess you sent two calendar invites. So C-AI's proprietary speech recognition engine works on telephone lines, and it is able to decode 1 hour speech in under 30 seconds with 50% more accuracy than Azure and Google. Such a strong value proposition, 24/7, never miss a call, and unlimited parallel calls has created incredible return on investment for businesses to unlock the other $10 billion new software market. And we are co-founded by, this is me, and then the other one is my CTO, Gogo Chen. Both of us got our PhDs from the Johns Hopkins University, and together we have more than 10,000 academic citations. We helped to develop the Keldy, the most popular speech recognition software in the past decade that is widely used in NVIDIA's inference servers. And also, we are two-time entrepreneurs. We had a previous exit by acquisition, a very successful one. That was also ranked one of the first CB Insight's AI 100 companies back in 2017. C-AI has seen a tremendous growth in this year. We have processed more than 100,000 hours of phone calls and meetings with 12,000 users. And every day, we're sending up 40+ new users. And what about the enterprise customers, right? We have established enterprise customers for industries such as travel, hospitality, and medicine with a very, very extensive network of resellers and also partners. And I have no idea what's going on my slides, but, but we have a more extensive network than this one. Revenue-wise, we are booking $1.2 million revenue this year, a 3 times increase from last year. And we're going to get to $6 million in the next 2 years. And this is only a very, very small chunk in the additional $15 billion new software market. We are very proudly backed by Unlock Venture Partners. The middle is Spark Labs Taiwan, and the right is Patience Force, who is actually a customer turned investor. And we want to raise our Series A to expand our US market, because currently 70% of revenue comes from Taiwan, and the other 30% comes from the US. And I want to turn this around. Our vision is to create a world where every business call is answered, and every lead captured, and every customer satisfied. We're C-AI, and we invite you to invest in that future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Shuchen. Startups from Seattle. So first question, shall we go to Dennis?
Yeah, I figured that would be my assignment. Hey, Dr. Yao, thanks for coming down to Silicon Valley. I really impressed your progress. Can you show me a little bit about your U.S. market expansion? I know you have done good back to Asia. So what's your strategy here to expand more in America?
our very unique go-to-market in the US is really product-led growth. Our software is super easy to use, and we do not do too much paid marketing, but we are very, very good with the content marketing. We specialize in vertical search engines. When small startups cannot afford Google for their paid advertisement, we focus on Discord, like TopGG, and also YouTube. Usually people, let's put it this way, for any SaaS consumers in the US, usually they know of the product through YouTube Shorts or TikTok Shorts, and then they study the product through long YouTube videos, right? So we are very, very effective in terms of content marketing in video, and that has been our secret in acquiring new customers from the US.
Wonderful, thanks.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Tim?
So I'm also quite impressed by your product. But can you tell us a bit about how proprietary your technology is? I think we only spent like less than 30 seconds on it.
How proprietary?
The propriety of your technology. Yeah.
Yes. So this is so my CTO sitting behind you is the original author of Keldy, which is the most popular speech recognition software, which is also open source. That's why NVIDIA integrates it into the inference servers, right? And then we helped to develop another technology, a more advanced one called K2, which is the second generation that can take the streaming, in there. And also we're partners with Twilio, and we are the biggest gold partner and reseller of Twilio in the contact center solutions in entire East Asia. And over the past 4 years, we have accumulated thousands of hours of telephonic speech data, where we can use to train our K2 models based on the telephonic data. That's why we are evaluating much faster and more accurate than Google and Azure.
Is there also an opportunity for a human in the loop, or is this 100% just AI and automated?
In terms of the auto agents, that's 100%, right? For humans in the loop, that's the co-pilot part where we do the speech analytics. A lot of our customers are like hospitals. They want to analyze how the human agents answer customer calls. We tell the owners 2 metrics. One is called a new lead conversion, and then the other one is called existing customer conversion. The best human agents usually do like 40% in new leads conversion. When your pet has a problem and they want to admit you into appointment, right? Or they do about 60% existing customer conversion, so that you can repeatedly book appointments and go to the clinic. So we do these insights AI phone call analytics to help the business owners make more business decisions. So that's the other part of human in the loop.
Just a follow-up question on that. Are you trying to use some industry-specific experts who can inform the model better, so that you can say, you mentioned healthcare, for example, and they have their own terms and language that need to be incorporated? How do you do that?
Okay, 30 seconds.
So that attributes to our proprietary speech technology, because we developed the speech engine. We can actually tackle a lot of technical jargons where the generic speech recognition cannot do. And that's also accumulated from years of contact center experience and speech data collection. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shuchen from CISO AI. Thanks. Next team, Frontier. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm James Costa, the Chief Revenue Officer of Frontier.cool. And today I would like to introduce you to Frontier, a company that is transforming the textile industry through digital innovation and sustainable solutions. And in fact, our mission at Frontier really is to revolutionize the way that fabrics are managed, are marketed, and even manufactured. Now let's take a look at how we're achieving this. We have a team of textile industry experts with over 25 plus years experience in fashion and technology. And our cloud-based solution uses proprietary AI to streamline the material digitization process, enabling the creation of 3D assets with sustainability data. And this is critically important to our clients and their success. Now, there's a big problem in our industry in terms of digital product creation. In fact, the biggest bottleneck is material digitization. Antiquated technology is not only expensive, but it's time-consuming. I know this personally, being in the industry for many, many years as a designer. But don't take my word for it. As Bernd Sauer puts it, of Puma, scaling our digital product creation efforts has been hampered by the need for high-quality digital assets and the infrastructure to manage them effectively. And that's actually why we created Textile Cloud. It's a 3D digital asset creation and management solution that empowers digitization, it empowers interoperability, and it empowers operational efficiency. And it does this using predictive and generative AI. That makes our solution reliable, it makes it scalable, it makes it affordable, and that's critically important to the success of our clients. Now, we address a digital fashion and technology services market of approximately $83 billion initially, which gives us a great opportunity as a digitization service. Now, you couple that with the global apparel and retail and manufacturing space, and you're looking at an addressable market north of $3.75 trillion. That really makes Frontier pivotal in terms of digital transformation within the industry. Now, our competition, as I mentioned before, they use old, costly, expensive and time-consuming digitization equipment. In contrast, Frontier uses proprietary AI that's not only game-changing, but it's also accessible. Our users can upload fabrics from anywhere, anytime using an at-home or at-office scanner. That kind of cost efficiency and time savings becomes crucial to their success. And we have an open API that makes it seamlessly integratable into really any workflow. How does it work? Well, it's very simple. As I mentioned, you scan the fabrics at home, at office, into our platform. The AI engine then digitizes the fabrics, creates 3D assets. Those 3D assets can be downloaded then for use in 3D software. You can also manage these fabrics and these assets in private and public libraries. We have collaboration tools that allow brands and suppliers to collaborate, meaning that there's now sourcing and commercialization opportunities available in the platform. And this altogether creates a much more efficient DPC process for the industry. Now, our platform is 18 times faster than traditional processes, 18 times. That means that what used to take 90 minutes now takes 3 to 5 minutes. So just 3 to 5 minutes to digitize fabrics. That really is beneficial in terms of getting to market faster for our clients. And that, in today's market, is crucial. Our business model is simple. We've got a SaaS model that is both monthly and annual subscriptions. We have secondary revenue, that's add-ons, that's integrations, and that's customer success services. We are led by two incredible leaders with vast experience in the industry. Wayne Fan comes from the financial sector as well as Under Armour. And Jing Li, our other co-founder and CEO, has worked with over 50 fashion startups within her tenure. They both bring the expertise and vision that helps drive Frontier forward. Now, our current customer and client base is vast. We've got brands like H&M, we've got suppliers like Swisstex, we have partners like Clo3D and Shimaseki out of Japan. We're also expanding into key markets and attracting global clients that are all interested in revolutionizing and transforming their digital processes using AI. We have very strong revenue thus far in our first year here of sales. We've got an LTV to CAC ratio of 11:1, as well as expanding into 71 countries. So we've got a strong global footprint. We're expecting strong growth over the next 5 years, and that is going to be due to an increased client demand and the increase in the industry's demand for digital solutions like Frontier, which is why we're asking $3 million at a $30 million pre-money valuation, and we've already got $1 million committed to that. The funds will be used, obviously, to improve the technology, to expand our footprint, and improve our R&D as well. So I'd like to thank everyone today for listening. I appreciate that. My name is James Costa again, and I'd like to have you join me on the journey that is Frontier. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Frontier. That's cool. We got some questions from Tim?
Yeah, I think the product's pretty interesting. So, but I'm curious, can you describe the profile of your targeted customers? And what's your estimate on the potential of this market? What's the use case for them as well?
Yeah, sure. I mean, our target customers are both brands and suppliers because they both have needs to digitize fabrics, right? On the brand side, they're digitizing fabrics for digital product creation. And when I say that, if that was vague in terms of what that means, when we create 3D garments, that is digital product creation. So brands need to digitize fabrics in order to put them into 3D software to visualize the garment, right? And that's where that big bottleneck is taking place. So we're targeting brands globally, as well as suppliers that want to have fabrics ready for brands. So they can create catalogs within our system as well and present them to brands with 3D-ready assets.
Yeah, but I assume that not all the suppliers or brands need that high-end technology, right? So what's the profile of these companies?
Yeah, to be honest with you, you would think that though, but that's changing swiftly. It's like to say that they don't need it is almost turning a blind eye to what's happening, right? Digital product creation is happening whether we like it or not. So it started roughly 10 to 15 years ago, even a little bit more than that. So really, we're SMB clients. Small to medium-sized businesses are great, but we've got clients as big as H&M because everyone needs it. Everyone today is translating from 2D into 3D, and in order to do that, you have to digitize the fabrics. So we even sell individual packages to individual designers in one seat. So we scale from one seat all the way up to enterprise.
Dennis?
Hey, James. Just wondering, if you are targeting the brands and this big enterprise, what's your experience? Typically, how long it take from the demo, maybe a little bit of proof of concept, and eventually they actually sign up by subscribe to your services? Typically, it take how long, and what's the challenges there?
I mean, the current average sales cycle is 60 days, but we've got deals that take much longer than that, depending on how large the organization is, how many different departments that we have to go through.
Okay.
But that is our average sales cycle today.
Okay, 60 days. And typically, what's the challenges there to get through, to get over that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a myriad of challenges. As the gentleman pointed out, not everyone is ready for the process. But as I stated, whether or not they're ready for it, it's happening. Right? We can't control the shift between 2D and 3D. It's just going to happen because that's going to be the nature of not only how we design just for concept, but really for sustainability. Because DPC lowers the sampling process, saves materials, saves time, saves money. So, like I said, whether or not we want it to happen, it's happening.
Well, of course, there's an external incentive to push this, but still, there's an integration challenge, perhaps. How do you actually put this into their system for this bigger enterprise? So that's why I wonder a little bit about the challenge on technology side, perhaps. How do you actually making this integration faster?
Yeah, we actually have an open API, so integrations become easier, right? Not easy. They become easier.
Yes.
As you know, it's a two-way street. It depends on how well and how updated their technology is, right? Because that sometimes can hamper the situation. So yeah, that is one of the challenges.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Last question.
Okay, a quick question. Could you estimate how the earning for your customer will increase because of this adoption of technology? And will that be different for high-end product versus a low-end product?
How the what increases? I'm sorry.
Like earning,
How the earnings? How much revenue?
How much revenue will increase because of this, or difference?
You know, we look at it in terms of time savings, right? And time is money in our space, obviously, right? So if they can reduce their sampling by up to 60 to 70%, which, by the way, that is what DPC allows, and we are part of that process, they're not only saving money from obviously the samples, the physical samples and materials, but they're saving time. And what does that time equate to? Well, within our industry, that time means that I can get to market faster. And to me, that's critically important. That's more important than most anything, because if I have more time in the market to sell, then I'm generating more revenue.
Do you have an average number you can?
We don't have an average number of the revenue savings, but we do equate it in terms of time.
All right, our time's up. Thank you so much, James. And thank you, Frontier.co. All right, the rising star. He's my good friend. Okay, yeah. Welcome, Hanson Zhao, founder and CEO from Daily AI.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hanson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Daily AI. Our mission is to help innovation-driven companies to better identify, evaluate, and invest in next-generation technologies. This was me 2 years ago, before I cut my this wheel here. So I was working at a leading semiconductor company in Taiwan, helping the company find next-generation thermal technologies. But I was struggling, sweeping through academic paper, grant, company report, and all the other tech-related data all over the place, just to piece together what to build or buy for the next-generation technology for the company. And I'm not alone. People in Innovation Center, Research Department, and CVC spend most of their time searching through fragmented data. This scattered approach caused the company to repeatedly missing critical technologies and early stage startup developing these technologies. And what's more serious is most of the R&D-driven companies actually rely heavily on subjective human experience, which leads to the disastrous technology investment decisions. In the chipset market alone, lab adoption of the next generation technology costs a single company over $500 million loss in the revenue. And that's just for one single product. And this is where deals come in. Simply enter the area you're exploring, click, and Daily will recommend the most relevant technology tailored to your need. And you can even get a score of how it's recommended. And the other thing is that we provide this technology scouting that you can help you to find the most relevant technology, and so you can get this score and all the players that developing this technology, which used to be hard to identify. And most importantly is our proprietary knowledge-based LLMs help our company to make informed build or buy decisions and mitigating the risk of losing billions of dollars. Our core competence is that we're partnering with global tech-focused accelerators, enabling large R&D companies to quickly identify the early-stage technology and bridging the gap between both sides. And at the same time, we integrate the most relevant, unique technology of this startup with our domain-specific large language models and our predictive analytics to help our customers to accurately identify emerging technologies and investment evaluations. For this emerging category of tech intelligence tool, we estimated a $7.4 billion total addressable market. And our go-to-market strategy is focused on partnering with global tech-focused accelerators and to help their corporate members to using our platforms and get better tech results. As the global R&D grows exponentially, we think that most of the customers will recognize the need that they can make their company's product more competitive. And in terms of competition, there's a handful of data source company and reporting company that have been there for decades. but they have a lot of people doing making any kind of calls and scraping public data with narrow viewpoints and lacking technical nuances. And our innovative partnership with the accelerators give us the first mover advantage and our exclusive access to proprietary data that drive more innovation for our customers. We have only launched our beta version for 6 months, and we already have 1 paying customers and 12 beta customers, and most of them are large R&D-focused companies. This is our team. Our founding members are working together for many years in the AI and data engineering department in our previous company, MediaTek, where we developed a strong teamwork and collaborations. Together, we decided to tackle these world-class pain points. We also have amazing angel investors, and by the way, we're the current cohort batch 18 and a portfolio company of Berkeley Skydeck, where we are supported by these amazing advisors from the Skydeck communities. And by the way, yeah, we're going to do a pitching on Skydeck batch 18 demo days on October 1st, and go sign up through their LinkedIn page. Now we're raising $2.5 million to speed up our pace, to spend our accelerators partnership in all different areas to speed up our AI unique technologies and grow our revenues to 2 million ARR. Join our journey, and that's reshape the futures of innovations in this AI age. We're DDAI. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, DDAI. Sean?
For your data, so do you go to journal publication, and do you have sector focus, or you are very general?
Yeah, we have 2 types of data sources. One type is public data, which is, as you mentioned, we scrape those early stage publications and grants and all the patterns that use our knowledge graph to integrate with our models. But the more proprietary is that we're partnering with those proprietary data source providers like accelerators, and also we're partnering with those paid journals with using our profit sharing model. So that would be the next step. So using this hybrid technology, we can extract the emerging technology out of our models and then provide all these technology identification and the recommendations. That's what we do.
How about the sector? Do you focus any sector, or is very general? It's so broad, the emerging technologies.
Sector, okay, yeah. So we'll be more focusing initially we'll be more focusing on semiconductor, which we're familiar with, and then we're going to pharmaceutical and biotech in our Series A, because these areas have a bunch of money. So that would be our next phase. But in terms of data, because they're quite a lot, and also we need some expert to do the tagging and to extract technology from there. So that our first initial target will not be those areas. We have no idea. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Dennis?
Hey, as I'm actually like a long hair version of you better, so please remember that.
All right.
So yeah, my question is more: how do you assure the responses out from your system? Is any quality or any particular things you do or strategy layer to make sure the information coming out from your platform is really useful, is really relevant to your customer? Is there any particular technology or strategy you use for that assurance?
Yeah, good question. So our key technology actually is invented by our chief AI scientist. So we use citation network. Citation networks connect the different correlations of patterns and academic paper. And we also do human tagging. So for the first version, our first beta version, we actually, 4 of us, we spent a lot of time looking into all the different articles. And we tag the different like none or like problems area for the technology keywords. So we make sure that not only the AI, but we also involve those human in the loop.
That's how you lose your hair.
Yeah. But I cut it because it's getting more seriously. It's not like in a big company, not a comfortable, you know.
Time limit.
Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah, sure.
go ahead.
Sure. Can you share a bit about traction? I think also I think the very important thing is how does your customer incorporate this into their existing workflow? So can you share share how do I use your product in their day-to-day life?
Yeah. So as mentioned before, when I work at my previous company, we really spent a lot of time doing this kind of like random searching. So actually, when we propose them this idea, they really like it, and they try it and love it right away, because in the past, they have to go online, they have to go to a lot of different websites to search these new different kind of keyword that they try. And also they will have to go to like offline activity. They have to go to like tech transfer center in the university. They have to go to a lot of events. They have to go to like accelerator, and they have to build that kind of relationship and subscribe their membership to get the early access of these applicants. So we're actually not trying to integrate with the current flow. We want to totally revolutionize how they find new technologies. So that's the new idea that they haven't seen of, but they have been painful for a long while. Because this actually a big pain point where I work at my previous company, which very focused on technology leadership. Does that make sense?
Sure.
One final question, please.
Yeah, sort of a follow-up question. Who within the R&D or the company do you approach? Is it the CTO? Is it the VP? Is it an engineer? Who do you go sell to?
Yeah, so there are two types of customer profile. One is the innovation centers, who do a lot of new technology scouting and strategic technologies planning. And the other one is CVC. So CVC, actually some of CVC people, they're not that familiar with the technology, right? So our idea is not only to help them to identify technology, but use our assessment to evaluate what that technology is and what the potential of the technologies.
Okay. Thank you, Handsome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now you can go talk to Dennis about your long hair memory.
Yeah, I like a superstar there.
Okay, next team we have RefGen Labs. Let's welcome Jay Wu, the co-founder and chief technology officer from RefGen Labs. Welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Hi, so my name is Jay. I'm the chief technology officer and co-founder of RefGen Labs, and I'm here to tell everybody that the future of digital sales begins with AI. So I'm sure everybody in this room has had this problem at some point. You have a great idea for a product. You built the product. You know there's huge demand out there. But where is your target audience? Where do you find them? And even if you do find potential clients, the amount of time spent going back and forth and trying to convince them can be very time consuming. So here at RefGen Labs, our vision is very simple. With our AI services, we'll find the target audience for you so you don't have to. And then with RevReply, our email AI autoresponder, we'll take out the back and forth so that our AI sets up the meeting for you, and you'll be able to just go to the meeting. I want to quickly introduce us co-founders. So we all met through Y Combinator. Christian is our CEO and visionary. He has over 15 years of experience in the sales industry, and he discovered the potential and demand for this product while working at his former company. We're joined by Ramsey, our chief operating officer, and also fellow sales extraordinaire. And he was the former head of global sales at Apollo.io, which is now a unicorn worth $1.6 billion. I was the former CTO and board of directors at a health tech company for 15 years. And we had successfully sold the company for $500 million in 2022. Led an engineering of 60 there. So together we founded RefGen Labs of January this year. Going back to our RefGen Labs email lead generation, we've had some really good success early on. So we currently have 28 clients. We have 0 client churn. Longest clients has been with us since inception. And what they really love about us is the fact that of the prospects that do respond to us, over 25% is either asking for a meeting or they're asking for more information. Our clients are also rising stars in AI themselves. For example, Applied Digital, which is one of our clients, they just recently received $160 million in funding from NVIDIA last week, actually. But while we're really excited about our early success on RevGen Lab side, RevReply, the software, we strongly believe is going to be the future of deal making. So studies at Harvard Business School show the importance of speed to lead if you respond within the first 5 minutes. In other words, if you respond back to the prospect in the first 5 minutes, you're actually 9 times more likely to convert them and sign a deal with them. At the same time, there's also a huge demand for a 24/7 autoresponder. This is especially important for companies that reside in Europe or in Asia, and they have time zone difference. So to streamline the entire process, we built a feature-rich Slack interface, which when the AI autoresponder comes in, you're able to review everything from leisure your phone and control everything. So I'll show a quick video here. Please play the video. Basically, you'll get a response in Slack, and you can go in, and then you have a few options here. You can edit the message. You can click thumbs up to do RAG training. You can take over the thread directly if you like. Or if everything looks good, just go ahead and click approve, and then you'll send it over. So we've done our market research, and we've realized that RevReply is in a very unique position. All of our competitors are currently focused on lead generation AI. Nobody's thinking about what happens after the prospect replies. And so we believe there's huge potential on the RevReply side of things. As far as revenue and growth strategy, we've been self-funded since inception. We're currently generating about $160,000 monthly recurring revenue. Reinvested the profits into RevReply for the past 9 months, and it's finally starting to bear fruit. So last month, we signed a contract with a very large sales enablement platform. They have 31,000 users, and they are going to use RevReply starting in Q4 of this year. We truly believe that RevReply is going to be a long-term revenue generator and a major AI SaaS play in 2025. As far as our business model goes, on the RevGen Lab side, we offer up to 12 months contract. They range from $7,000 to $22,000 a month. In addition to lead gen, we also offer additional value propositions such as LinkedIn campaigns, infrastructure as a service, or go-to-market strategy. On the RevReply side, we are doing a credit-based SaaS model, so each auto response we generate consumes a credit. We started open beta in May, and we have 200 users currently, and we're converting them over to paid users at $179 a month. We strongly believe the sales enablement platform partnership is going to be huge. And in fact, in July, we actually were approached with the acquisition inquiry. And we did decline because as founders, we really believe in the product, and we want to see this to fruition. Finally, here's some charts here. So this is our revenue since inception. As mentioned, we've been cash flow positive. And it wasn't until the last 3 months that we nearly tripled our revenue. And it's continuing to grow. So these are just from QuickBooks, basically. And I haven't included the new clients that will be onboarding in the next 2 weeks. But we should be over $2 million in annual recurring revenue in the next few weeks or so, sorry. And then the projected revenue for the next 12 months, this is very conservative, but we're very confident we'll be able to hit between $4 million and $6 million next year. So that was it. Thank you very much. If everybody has time, please try out our RevReply software today. And then to the demoers, just remember, RevGen Labs is here to help you find your target audience.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you.
Questions? Okay, Dennis.
Hey, Jay.
Hello.
Hi. Congratulations on your successful exit earlier with your prior venture. So can you share with me what's the reason you come back to the battlefield for another venture? I mean, always wondering why you have this passion to come back.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's actually a very good question. So I spent 15 years, the company was called Office Ally. I don't know if you've heard of it. I was the CTO there. When we sold, I wanted to take a year off. And I did. I was in Japan for a year, and then I was in Taiwan, kind of doing like what I wanted, right? But then I realized that I don't know how to say it. I felt like there was something more, you know. I shouldn't be stopping here and just sitting there all day. And I realized I really wanted to be part of this. I wanted to do something by myself with my own co-founders and then succeed. And so that was the reason I started going back to Y Combinator, and I started looking for co-founders, and I just happened to find these two that were very amazing in their own regard, and then we came together.
Thanks. Thanks for sharing your personal story.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions, Tim?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Have you, so in terms of your business model, have you explored like different kind of model, like for example, like revenue sharing with your customer, or is it just like a subscription-based model?
That's a very good question. So we signed the NDA, so the large sales enablement platform, we're not allowed to say it, but that's a profit sharing model. So yes, we basically, our contracts are kind of like client by client, and then in that regard, that was a profit sharing model.
And I guess we got questions from Sean, right?
Yeah, you got all this tremendous revenue generation. Would you be able to just use this revenue to organically grow your company, or is there something you want to scale and try to get some more investment?
Yeah, that's also a very good question. The answer is yes. I believe next year, early next year, we would have enough revenue to pursue additional projects. So for example, we already have another project called Rev Scheduler. So that's a calendar planning, meeting scheduling solution that will integrate with Calendly.com as well as Calendar.com. And that's going to be within our RevReply product. Now, you know the AI space is very competitive, right? So whoever basically comes up with the first product is going to be king of the hill. And so the reason I'm here today is also to field interest from investors and being able to pull forward a lot of these projects that we've been thinking to do in 2025, we'd like to try to do maybe end of this year.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have 1 more minute around. Anyone? Oh, Yuli.
Yeah, I personally like the new better pair you pick, but lots of competitor also over here. So any secret sauce you think you will win your competitor?
Sorry, secret sauce is the Y company?
Secret sauce which mean the main difference compared with your competitors.
Oh, the main difference. I understand. Yeah, so on the lead generation side, I would say it's a very competitive field. I think everybody's doing it. In fact, I highlighted Apollo.io, which is one of our co-founders' former companies. They're our competitor in that space, right? So I think we've been able to have some really good success. But to your point, the competition is fierce over there. Now, that's why we're putting all of our investments in RevReply, because no one's doing that right now. And we strongly believe that we spent the last 9 months, that was not in vain. It took a lot more effort than we thought, perfecting that AI, making sure it doesn't hallucinate. But we're in a position now that as soon as we go with that large sales enablement platform, we're going to be able to generate revenue, and we'll be the king of the hill next year.
Okay, thank you so much, RevGen Labs.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Next team, we have Dealight. Let's welcome to the stage Ryan Tang, founder and CEO of Dealight.
Hey everyone, founder and CEO here. I wanted to introduce Dealight AI. And yeah, AI lead generation is competitive. And I'll explain why I'm still doing this. So, to get started, we are an AI lead generation platform for professional service firms. The term professional service refers to companies who do expertise as their service. So for example, consulting firms, web agencies, and so on and so forth. So we found that these people are still using relatively traditional ways to convert and acquire clients, even though there are a lot of sales tools out there. And the main reason is because, their service is not that scalable. So it's not like they wanted to send a bunch of emails out there. But then each client will kind of generate a lot of revenue to them. Usually you can go to up to 6 to even 7 digits. So this means they would treat every potential client seriously. Instead of reaching out to them through AI automated outreach, they prefer to reach out to them personally. And before even reaching out, they want to have a deep understanding about these people so that they can maximize their conversion rate. And that's why they're still doing hours of client research so far. So I'll use an example of our existing client, WadiTag, to explain like what's difficult in the client research. Just like every company, they would have their ICPs, target audience profile. The way they kind of like do the research and qualify their clients is through a list of preset questions. And we know that WadiTag have more than 25 of them. So the left box, existing solutions answer those, and the right ones are the red box that existing solution does not answer. If you feel like the red box on the right are like overwhelming, just imagine a person in WadiTag has to sit there in the computer every day to research all these questions for every potential client they found. As for why existing solution doesn't answer question on the right, it really just comes down to one single reason. It's because no existing solutions are designed for professional service firms. Most businesses, companies, startups with simple product and simple offerings can really just convert clients with answers on the left. Whereas like for complicated service providers like WadiTag, they need a lead generation solutions that's able to answer all these questions for them. So this is where Delight comes in. We are a lead generation AI agent designed to conduct in-depth customer research and for our users, which are professional service firms. So the way it works is that these people will offer us their company's information, what the service they provide, what's their expertise, and the questions they want to ask. Delight would take all these input, research with millions of company data and real-time sources, and will return the relevant companies that we think our user will need it. So with our solutions, the service-based companies will never have to do manual research again. Basically, they can just take our input, the relevant companies we found, the insights we provide, and convert client effectively. So because we focus on these people and helping them convert clients, the product differentiations come very naturally. Because we know they have questions about very time-sensitive questions, so we build real-time data scraping in order to help them answer timely questions. Because we know they want to have deep understandings about their potential clients, we have this research agent that's able to go deep and provide cross-referencing insights with strong reasoning. Because we know they want to reach out in person, so we build this proprietary ranking system that's able to identify targets that may need their service right now the most. And it's already working. According to one of our clients, they say we save them 2 hours a day and $500 a month, as they don't need to buy Zoom Info anymore. And we received 2 similar feedbacks from our other clients. We're talking a huge market, as we know that there are over 2 million professional service firms in the world. Based on our current pricing, we conclude that we're targeting a 12 billion plus market. Because of the data we're collecting right now, we're mainly focusing on companies that are technology focused. So for example, tech consulting firms and web development agencies. And to approach them is our main goal, GTM goal of 2024 and 2025. So know that the estimated qualified TA here is actually exactly the numbers of companies that our own product have helped us identify. So we're basically using our own product to do this GTM. They help us identify the targets, we reach out and convert this client since August. And based on the feedbacks and traction we received so far, we have to estimate that we will be able to reach more than 200 business customers at the end of 2025 with more than 1.2 million. But to achieve that goal, we need more funding, we need more resource. We're seeking for 1.5 million with 18 months runway. The money will mainly use to achieve 3 high-level milestones. 1, strong founding team. 2, target revenue. And 3, establish market presence. Lastly, I want to introduce our team. My name is Ryan, founder and CEO of Delight. I founded a startup before, so I know what makes Delight successful. Not just about product, but market and customers. This is my co-founder, Rochain. He's the CTO of Delight. He's definitely one of the strongest engineers I've ever met. And together, we want to make outbound sales easy and efficient, even for companies with complicated service. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, Tim.
Sure. So I think a lot of these kind of lead generation technology are based on the existing sales process. But what do you think that I think the next let's say 3 years, how would the sales process look like, and how do you make sure that your company is still relevant in this process?
Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of sales using like like BDRs, AI BDRs, using AI to enable the end-to-end automations. But as I'm saying, like these people are still into like dig into the companies, dig into the clients with high revenues and high stuff. So we're planning to go along with these clients. Whatever, like, for now we're kind of using this automated research to help them, save a lot of time on the research part. But then we are able to build the reply as well. Because the idea is that, AI agent is about trust. Like, they don't trust AI agent to reach out for them. But then if you actually build an agent that's able to does exactly as their BDR do, then they'll start to adapt it. So basically, we'll just go with what professional service firms are looking for right now.
Sorry, a follow-on question. So assuming that, let's say, in the future, the sales and the customers both build their own AI agents, so do you think that your product will still stay relevant?
Sorry, can you explain?
So I mean, assuming that in the future, next 3 years, all the salespeople have their own AI agent doing the research for them, right? And even writing the reply for them. And at the same time, all these customers also have their own AI agents to talk to these salespeople.
That's a good question. So we actually asked them about it. From what we get reply, these people are saying these are like the outreach lead generation is not their core. Their core is provide their expertise to other people. So I think it's a little bit unlikely that they will have their own customer research agent to build this. But yeah, like we will stay competitive because like we're scraping data and we have our own proprietary technology. So we think we'll stay relevant.
Okay, Dennis?
So Ryan, I admire your confidence.
Thank you. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, because I cannot really see you. Yeah.
Yeah. I really think that it's a good idea to use your own product for your early development, market development. So can you share with me the conversion rate when you use your own proprietary technology and working on your beachhead market? How does that conversion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we started our product, we launched our product in August, and our conversion is, to be honest, not that high. I would say it's about 20 to 25%. We have like 2 to 3 demos per week. But then we found that some of the professional service firms rely on high accuracy data. So we're fixing that. Some of the firms does not really they care about some proprietary things. Some cares about the data. So we're fixing our data to kind of maximize, make our higher conversion rate. But yeah, it's not that high right now. We're fixing that.
But great, you learn from the market experience.
Exactly.
Discovery. Great, good to hear. Thanks.
Any other questions? We got 1 more minute.
Sure,
Go ahead,
question here. A lot of these consulting firms, I think, have inside sales people who are doing this. Are you positioning your product as a replacement of those inside salespeople or an assistant to those inside salespeople?
That's a good question. So for now, we're targeting small to medium IT consulting and web development agency. For these kind of companies, they don't hire, usually it's a mixture of work, the role. Like there's one business development who does business development and reach out. So he doesn't really have that much time doing that. For these kind of companies, they need kind of our tools to doing this. But for large consulting firms, then they have a lot of people doing that. Then we might not be able to catch up to them right now. But for small to mediums one, it's definitely needed. It's more of a replacement.
So I guess your strategy is a little bit different when you approach a larger company versus a smaller company then.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the time's up. So thank you so much, Delight. Now we're going to have our last team on session 1, the AI application. Welcome Med AI. Daniel Yu, the CEO and co-founder of Med AI. You have the stage.
Hello everyone. I'm Daniel. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Med AI. Such a pleasure to introduce Med AI here with you all in Silicon Valley. So Med AI is a startup focusing on integrating our core tech, which is a generative model with digital twins, to revolutionize the establishment of AI-powered, simulation-ready virtual factories. So to begin with, let's discuss why does the manufacturing industry or the warehouse industry need virtual factories. So basically, AI and automated solutions are being implemented all over the world right now. AI factories basically serve as testing grounds for AI and robotics. This reduces costs, risks, and opens up more opportunities in the simulation world. However, I believe that this is definitely not the first time that you've heard a business pitch about digital twins, right? So why are there not that many real-world use cases in the world, in the industry, if it's so powerful? Well, to be honest, there's a huge scalability issue here. Think about this. How do we scale virtual factories or digital twins? According to our partner in Taiwan, they told us that they used to spend 300 labor hours just to create one digital environment to simulate and validate the warehouse throughput to their customer. 300 labor hours. So in order to develop digital twins, do we really need to hire a bunch of 3D artists just to recreate real scenes? But even if we do, the second question comes to mind. How do we start simulation with basic 3D models without operation logic or without data? And lastly, how can AI generate best practices for us to implement it into the real world? Showing you all this clip to demonstrate how MedAI has integrated our tech to solve all the above questions. So basically, our users, which is probably layout planners, they would only need to upload their layout CAD file, and then our AI interprets the layout and detects what assets are located on each location. And then it fetches the corresponding sim-ready assets onto the exact location. And then AI interprets the contour of the conveyor belts, which is very important for warehouses, and then it generates sim-ready conveyors according to the layout. And when I say sim-ready, I mean that all the physical attributes, such as the friction, the moving speed, resembles the real world. And lastly, our generative model reads and generates precise logistics racks. For example, is the rack 40 times 80 or 80 times 150? And then it puts it onto the exact location. We can generate sim-ready assets. These are all done automatically within 4 minutes with an accelerated computing GPU. None of the assets you see right now are made by 3D artists. They are all automatically generated. And we can even simulate real-world scenarios, such as how the boxes would move on the conveyor belts. Will it fly out? Will it be stuck? And we can simulate different equipment from different vendors. For example, the ASRs from ChemMech, the AMR from Coretronic powered by NVIDIA Jetson, even simulating if the LiDAR signal is good enough for obstacle detection. And we can simulate robotic arms bundled with 3D vision system to validate if it successfully differentiates different products, such as PE bags or Pringles. So with all these automated solutions bundled within this specific digital twin, we can actually simulate and validate a complete shipping process, which is highly valuable to both our end users and system integrators. So in short, we vastly shortened the planning to simulation time from 300 hours to 4 minutes. And we also largely reduced the testing and communication time. So it's quite cool, right? But actually, this is just the beginning. So with the ability to instantly generate physically accurate environments will lead us to an even more valuable process called sim to real. So within this process, our goal is to make AI learn and generate insights within digital twins, right? So for example, we can simulate all the operational logic within an AMR, and then we can train an AI-powered fleet management system that can be deployed into the real world. But it sounds good, right? But to train an AI model that is is powerful enough, data is one of the most valuable resources. So data insufficiency is another huge bottleneck that we must address for the industry. And this is where MedAI shines again. With our generative model, we are capable of entering production lines and generate realistic synthetic data for real-world use. For example, last year, we focused strongly on generating hard-to-collect PCBA, printed circuit board assembly line defects for a major manufacturer in Taiwan. Within the digital twin, which is a virtual PCBA, we can generate realistic defect data and then use the data to train defect detection AI model in the real world, which is quite a breakthrough at the moment. So to sum it up, MedAI is quite a unique startup focusing on the combination of AI and 3D. And our aim is to build scalable, AI-powered, simulation-ready virtual factories while also generating all the valuable data that we need within. We started to tackle industry challenges from Taiwan, not only because our co-founders are Taiwanese, but also because Taiwan's epicenter status in the global manufacturing. Thus, the strong demand in virtual factories establishment and the strong supply in domain knowledge. And our generative models are game changers to achieve Industry 4.0, starting from Taiwan and scaling globally. We started very small, but we're scaling at a very high pace at the moment. In fact, we're actually in the final process to close our seed round fundraising, in which we have received agreements to raise $4 million for rapid team expansion in both Taiwan and US. MedAI integrates digital twins, synthetic data, and generative model to revolutionize instant simulations. And our mission is to make real to sim and sim to real possible. Thank you very much. Looking forward to connect with you all.
Great. Okay, I see Dennis can't wait to,
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah. Daniel, really like your presentation.
Thank you.
And I think it's relevant to the Taiwan industry and overall the whole world on the manufacturing side for sure. So would you mind share with us your intellectual property strategies? Do you have any specific strategy to protect whatever you are trying to do with your product and services?
Yep, we are actually in the process of this stage because actually we're quite an early startup. We were established just early last year, early 2023. And currently we're under intellectual submission with two of our property rights. Yeah, and the first one is about the 2D to 3D layout transforming to the open the simulation environment, and the second one is about synthetic data.
So you got a provisional application already done? That's what you're saying, or
yeah.
still in the process?
Yeah, it's in the process. Again, we're quite early, so we started with our generative model, which is exactly proprietary. However, we're building the SaaS platform, which will gain revenue, scalable revenue, right? And we're actually, there's actually a huge bottleneck for us at the moment, to be honest, is that because our generative model is quite unique in the industry, and our clients or our potential clients, they have all different ideas about how our generative models can be of use. Yeah, so yeah, we're trying to like push back some of the demands and trying to focus on what we're trying to focus. And the first one is creating sim-ready digital twin environments. And the second one is to create AI solutions, no-code platforms with these models, so that our client can train their AI in the physically accurate environment. Thank you, Dennis.
Is there IoT connected to your stuff, and can you do diagnostic or even prediction?
Oh yeah, actually, okay. So clients actually have this demand because digital twin is of no use if it isn't connected with real world data, right? So we do connect with IoTs. For example, you saw the ASRS system in my demo clip, and how do you say that? The machine, it actually is connected to a real IoT to send a signal to make it learn how it reaches for goods. Yeah, and the second one is for the AMR showcase, where it is connected to real LiDAR signals to see if it like goes around the obstacles. Yeah. So yeah, we do, but we don't do diagnostics at the moment. But what we do is that we connect our digital twin to the real world to create insights in the virtual environment.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also I'm trying to understand from your customer's perspective. Do you think there will be I should have any concern if my idea will be stolen on the platform?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we do because our business model is very top down. We started with like the biggest manufacturers in the world. For example, the biggest wafer maker in the world, and for example, the biggest PCBA maker in the world. So yeah, we're quite concerned, and which is why the first one, the intellectual property phase, and the second one is that all our platform will be encoded to protect our code, right? Actually, I don't think that it's quite possible for them to learn what we're trying to do, because what we're trying to do is quite unique. To integrate 3D tech with AI is it's been done before, but we're doing it from a very different aspect. So yeah, currently, I don't think it's near to be stolen or to be learned, but yeah, we're protecting ourselves as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much. The time is up. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
We're soon moving into the session 2 of the demo show. In this session, we're covering 2 major categories, including data infra, developer tools, and hardware. We're going to include 6 startups in this session. The first one will be Ricky.
Hi, everyone. Over the past 10 years, we've seen tremendous growth for AI usage. Like, just imagine 10 years ago, back then we still call it machine learning, right? Back then, only machine learning researchers are able to create smart systems. And then we have a bloom of ML engineers able to use all those ML ops tooling to create smart system. But nowadays, you see this past 9 or 10 great startup presenting, we're able to build all this new AI application with a lot fewer efforts in it. But just imagine what's going on next. Like, everyone is going to be able to build tools, or this new smart systems. Like, as you probably heard, English is now the hottest programming language. So, seeing from the other side of all this exciting AI system, you should wonder, who are building those systems? These are the developers. So my name is CL, and I'm the founder of Reki. And in the past, I've been working on open source systems for about 25 years. I built one of the earliest decentralized version control system before Git, and it was used by Apple at the time. And I also built an MLOps system that was used by TSMC. And then in my kind of non-work time, I built civic tech community in Taiwan you might have heard of, it's called GovZero. Now, just imagine all this AI system we saw earlier have a great success. But what will be the kind of terrible mistake that happen is that these are the system when they go wrong, and then the cost of that is very high. And then we're already seeing that. If you know, Zero lost about 300 million of their kind of automated home flipping algorithm, and Unity lost about 100 million because they put in some wrong data ingestion. So overall, these are already very bad problems, and then they're getting worse very fast with all this smart system. So from practitioners' point of view, data quality is really the core issue of that. Let me see. Well, if you heard about the CrowdStrike problem, and then it was just revealed that they have no quality control for this software widely adopted. Just imagine all this system becoming powered by AI, and then we have no way of controlling their quality in the future. Now, so we do have actually an industry standard for solving this kind of problem. But before we actually manufacture chips, we have EDA to do simulation, so we don't go terribly wrong. And in software, we have DevOps or CI/CD to ensure that we have this kind of preview and then decide, deploy cycle before we actually put things into production. Similarly, for more intricate cloud system, we have infrastructure as code to do the same thing. But now just imagine everyone building all the smart system. What is our equivalent to that? So that's our solution to that. Reki means data reconnaissance. We are talking about how do we actually probe everything that flows through the smart system, all the data that go through your intermediate LLM calls or other smart data system. We provide a way for author who's making changes to those systems to preview what's going to happen and then curate the proof of correctness so that everyone can be certain and confident about shipping all those changes. We have a few early adopters now. We just signed the first 2 design partners. And everything we do is with the organic growth from open source to converting to our cloud services. One of the users we talked to last week was City of Rio in their public health department. They're using Reki for making sure all this public health data they publish is properly validated before they make it public. So they said it's a game changer. It made the effort become, before it was 1 day, and then now it's within an hour. So we have an open source version, and then we are converting the user to cloud offering that we have. And then in the future, we're thinking enterprise would need all this full audit trail for every change to the data that impacts your AI system. Who made that change based on what evidence? So this is like the enterprise tier we're looking at. Or our go-to-market is organic bottom-up. So we do a lot of content marketing, talk about the problem, talk about the general best practice solution to the problem, and then the drawback for doing that manually, and then our open source solution, how would that simplify 12 steps to 3 steps, and then finally our cloud solution, further simplifying that 3 step to 1 step. So this has been pretty good for us if you recognize some of the top of funnel inbound that we have, like AstraZeneca, and then large telecom companies. So really, like, we are trying to bring this verification for a new software development paradigm where everything is data-centric. And then it's not just like traditional software. We have very good coverage on testing because a lot of the time when we make changes in this new system, right now people just probably do a vibe check to see this thing's doing all right. But if we're putting into serious production use, you still need to bring that preview, decide, deploy cycle back to the scan. And then most of the new system will be very much data-driven. And then so code review, this part that has traditionally been very important in software development, will be replaced by data review. You're going to review all the test cases, and then just like imagine everyone building all the smart system will require that. So that right now we are starting off today's market at data ops. This is already a $4 billion market growing 10 times in 10 years. But really, the smart system software development is where we target. It's about $600 billion market. We're currently raising 3.5 to 4 million for the next 20 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CL. This is CL from Ricky, a serial entrepreneur. Any questions for him? Dennis? Okay.
Could you explain a little bit how this gets integrated into existing software development life cycle?
Yes.
Where and how?
Yes. So we are now seeing a code-first approach to a lot of the data and AI system where people can adopt some of the software practices such as version control and then creating pull requests to this change that impacts a lot of the behavior of the AI or data systems. Now that, so the first entry point is really at pull request time where we can help the user create the environment where they can compare the behavior of before and after. Now that, because this involves a lot of data, so if you simply do like a code diff, that's already what we have in version control. But now you can do a data diff or an impact diff, which is like comparing the data, but that's usually generating a lot of noises. So that the unique way that we propose here is really the user will curate a proof of correctness based on where they need to look at the behavior for before and after. Sometimes they need to ensure everything like behave exactly the same way. Sometimes they have some intended changes that they want to verify. So this is our insertion point for the regular development cycle, allowing one developer to just start adopting that, so that, and then it grows to the whole team.
Dennis?
Hey, CJ. Good to see a pioneer, visionary engineer, and a good entrepreneur on the stage. So I have a quick question regarding your pay model. Yeah. So if it's a pay model, and let's say it's a CrowdStrike situation happen, how do you find the liability? What is the borderline? Who is liable for the incident if it's really happened in the field? Because you are actually saying that you are going to assure the quality of the code, right? How do you address that?
Yeah, I mean, like definitely we want to ensure people have the best tool to do all the verification they can, but ultimately whoever ships the product not only have the liability for their product in technical sense or product sense, but also ethical sense, right? So that's kind of something we can look to provide some insight to warn the user, this could have this liability to your company. But definitely we're selling the tool for preventing that. So I don't think we are in the position to be like really liable for all this like horrible things from the
So you think you are immune from that incident?
Yeah, or we should make sure our lawyer ensures that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, make sure of that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have about 1 more minute. Any other questions?
Sure. I'm also curious about the pilot customers. It seems that they're from the media and also from the government. Any specific reasons? And are you also targeting at some certain kind of target corporate customers?
Yeah, we're seeing the early adopter being the company who have data being the core part of their customer's journey or business. So when the data is broken, then their customer journey or critical business decision cannot be made properly. So traditionally, all those data logic are made in software system, and we have proper testing and all that practices. But since about like 5 or 10 years ago, we start to carve out all those data-related logic into data platform or even now AI systems. That now becomes a loophole because you're putting that data or AI system behavior back into the system that's affecting customer or business decisions. So that's where we come in, and then, but we do see interest from particularly like healthcare and then fintech and then SaaS with heavy data usage, like media readership and all that.
Okay, thanks, CL. The time's up. Thank you
you
so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Please, yeah. All right. Since Kyle's here, so let's welcome Insta AI.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kyle. I'm the founder and CEO for Instant AI. And Instant AI have one goal, is to provide embedded vision solutions for all our customers, regardless if they have the machine learning background or if they have even like a lack of resource. This is my founding team, and then I'm Kyle. I used to work in the autonomous driving industry to provide the computer vision solutions. So that's like a typical use case for embedded vision. And then Daniel, who's also here today, is my co-founder, and he's from Stanford and in charge of our machine learning algorithm. And then Justin, who is actually located in Taiwan, and he's in charge of the system architect. And AI is a hot buzzword that everybody knows. You can hear a lot of AI today. And then Instant AI believes that the next growth phase for AI will be happening on the edge. Not just because if the device AI on the edge will be more closely to people's daily life, and also you want that so the privacy consideration and also the energy efficiency becomes the issue. And people want more real-time feedback. So not just us having seen this. I think a lot of our chip silicon partners, they also see this coming. So a lot of chip companies, they invest a lot of resource to develop the NPU, ASIC, to have the AI running on the edge device. So, but there's one small problem with it. It's even with the most powerful platform that we currently support, the Qualcomm platform, their computation power is nothing compared with the server. So you need to, in order to have this working, you need to have test-specific models. So to deliver that and to make all this platform useful, there's a small problem we need to solve, which is the development process. The bottleneck of the development process is happening on the data acquisition and also the data labeling. That's usually consume like a 70-75% of the resource on the whole product development, like a model development process. And let me take this helmet detection in the construction site as an example to compare our solution with the traditional model development solutions. Like if you want to develop the helmet detection in the construction site on the edge device, before people will take this edge device and go out there and collect data for either from 1 to 3 months, sometimes longer if you have more variety scenario. And for us, we start with a minimal amount of data and we train the generation model, an image generation model. So we were able to provide the image, training image within a day. So and those images come with the label result. And then within another day, we were able to train the model and have it running on these small embedded modules. And most importantly, I never seen any embedded vision model that can be used after the first delivery. So the iteration is almost necessary. And then every iteration costs a lot of resource and time. because just simply because like you got the model working now right because previously you don't have this data, so those are hard to collect data. So our value is to provide valuable, rare data and also provide a rapid and then like a cost-effective development process. So this is our business strategy. So basically, we'll pick the vertical that have the business sense, meaning there's business potential. We find the expert in that field. We work with them. And then and that moves us into the phase 2 to develop this model development tool and generative model. And then we can start to profit from this model by providing the model to our customer or providing the data they need for our customer. And then if the market is solid enough, we move on and pick the right hardware and make it a standard hardware and a standard solution for our customer. So we can sell the hardware module for the solution provider and solution provider. And then once they have this hardware module, they will be able to use our tool to further iterate their model for like, to tailor their use case or to maintain their model if there's anything that goes wrong. Let me give you some vertical like, example in this use case. So like these customers are the customer that's in the energy like saving industry. They want to have an energy efficient environment. So one of the modules they want is the top-down view, like a human detection. And as you can see, like they're using different platforms, so their image quality looks significantly different. And we train a model that can provide training data. All these are AI image that can provide training data, so they don't have to trying to install something on top of the roof in like every different kind of room to collect different type of data. So like it saves a lot of work for them. So this, according to my previous like pipeline, this is in like maybe phase 2, like a pre-phase 3 situation. So we are shipping this product and then deliver it to the people that need it. And this like vertical itself already have huge market potential. But instant AI is not just like targeting one vertical. Like with enough resource, we'll be able to expand this technology to different vertical. For example, like this is another industry that they want to detect birds in the farming farmhouse. And then you can see like you can probably barely see like the birds that like on the generation image. And the image they provide to us have only 3% of the image. The data they provide have only 3% of image, have the target birds in the image. And then we're able to generate them. And also, like if you want to label these birds, they use like a lot of work. Okay, so we are targeting to provide this technology to generate small objects in the static background for the other industry as well. Okay, so it's almost done. Thanks for like our lead generation is mostly from our silicon partners. Thanks then to like trust our technology, and so we're starting to talk with the silicon partners. So they introduce their use case to us, so they don't have to take on and deliver the model while they just wanted to sell the chips. And then here are some of our IP protections, and then we also like recognized by some of the top-notch incubator program in Taiwan, and also like we are on the Qualcomm QITC 2024 shortlist and currently competing for the final spot. Yep, like we are an AI company, and we generate this slogan with the ChatGPT. I realize like they do a better job than me.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. Sean?
Kyle, how much of your NRE for one vertical or one project can be reused for another one?
So basically, right now, every customer, like by saying a customer, it means a company that wants to develop. For example, they want to develop a model for top-down like human detection. We targeting for like 100K per customer, like a lifetime revenue, meaning like NRE. We can balance between NRE and then the future loyalty. So customers have different taste. So some of the customers, they expect their value to be huge. Like for example, some of the AC company I show here, they expect it to have like 300K, 400K per year unit ship. So they want to pay like an upfront NRE. They don't want to pay loyalty. But some of the customers, they have like a small value.
I mean for your reusability of your NRE effort.
Oh.
For example, for the bird watching versus roll.
Yeah, okay, I see. So the first customer is I would say like we have to invest maybe 80% of the NRE we get to develop that generation model and the tool pipeline. But after that, the similar use case for other customer that wants to have the top-down human detection, it costs us almost nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
we just need to fine-tune the model to, some of them want to use in the meeting room, and then some of them want to use in this like a theater.
So it's quite scalable.
Yeah, it's quite scalable. Yeah, for like a particular vertical. And then if you want to get a model for the role like a dubious detection, that's another thing. That's another NRE with 80% investment. Yeah.
How many of such, I would say, libraries, maybe that's the right term to use, that you have developed maybe for, like you said, small objects or humans or whatever it might be? I'm not sure if library is the right term, but how many of these have you already developed, and how many different categories do you think would need to be developed for this business to be really big?
Before, I thought it won't be so many because I feel like a lot of use cases are similar, but I soon realized like right now we have maybe 4 type of different generation model that serve different vertical. And then I realized that they all has to be customized a little bit. Yeah, so we just, right now at this phase, we have to pick, like, as I say, we have to pick the right vertical that with the business sense. Yeah.
Well, I guess that was my question in terms of the scalability and the speed at which you can scale it would depend on how quickly you're able to get to other verticals.
Okay, so like in terms of the speed, I would say we are even in the first case, to develop this vertical. The first case in the vertical, we are maybe like 5 times faster than the general like a traditional model developer because like we use a lot of generative data, so we don't do data collections. We just like fine tuning the model, and then afterward, for us it's like a no-brainer. We finish the job just like I say in like 1 or 2 days. Yeah, compared with like a few months of development time.
Okay, maybe one final question from Dennis.
So it's a follow-up question, kind of. So it sounds to me it's a project-driven or project-by-project revenue streams. Do you?
Yeah, at the beginning, yes.
Right. So what's your strategy for the future product or services? What would be the revenue stream looks like? One more thing is that do you have any hardware solution in the future? And how does that pan out with all your strategies here?
Yes, exactly. Like at the beginning of each vertical, it is project by project. For example, like that top view, human detection. And then after we finish that engine or development tool, then it becomes like a product like. Because that engine itself is a product, and then we will pick the right hardware to work with it. And then sell that module as another product. Yeah, so like after that first phase, like second phase, I would say, you'll be productized.
Do you plan to sell the hardware yourself, or okay? So you are going to sell the hardware.
Yes, yes.
With
because,
your solution.
Yes, people will be able to customize their use case through our tool afterward with that particular module.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Kyle.
Thank you.
Next team, Sonic Scientific. Let's welcome Shang-Xie, the founder and CEO of Sonic Scientific.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shang-Xie. I'm the founder of Sonic Scientific. We're an audio company, other than the AIs. Okay, so we're local. We're a Silicon Valley-based company, and we have very revolutionary battery-driving technologies. And we also, we are the only, the company with innovative technology on the market so far today. And what are the pain points for 100 years? There was, because as you can see in the pictures right here, so if you want to have the great quality of the audio file, audio amplifiers, audio systems, audio gadgets need to be very, very big traditionally. So as you can see, I mean, it's a photo I took from a trade show, and there was the amplifier cannot be lit by just one single person. Have to be very, very heavy. So that was conventionally, there was a huge problems. It wouldn't be solved before there was a noise because, the system getting big, it got a lot of noise coming from everywhere. The other thing is the power. So you need to have a very, very larger size of amplifier in order to get good quality of sound. So those are the issues have been solved before. But with our technologies, we will be able to get this problem resolved. So what are our technologies? We are doing two things very, very well. The first one is we design very, very good audio amplifiers. So we design our silicon, we design our own silicons, integrated circuits to be exact. And the other thing is we're doing so well with the batteries. So the battery management system is our technologies, and we are not only, in addition to well-known lithium technologies, we have migrated ourselves to the sodium, the potassium, and even the solid-state batteries. So we are good at those two things. So our first product, as from the product point of view, and we have our first product, the world first battery driving amplifier we call Philips One, into the market when we get a lot of fans, and we have proved our technology through this first products. And since we're a small company, right, like I mentioned before, we are good at designing our own silicon. So we have our own series of operational amplifier. So this is very, very versatile ones, silicon ICs. And we call it Oracle. And we have a first generation Oracle, and we have Oracle 2 and Oracle 3, which is about to launch the fourth one in the near future. So they are already on the market. And like I said, since we are small startup, we won't be able to just launch all the gadgets, systems, audio amplifiers, big ones. So instead, we are doing the small, innovative gadgets, audio gadgets to improve the system. So we also have the Quicksilver as a whole for the USB, as for the USB performance enhancer. So it's like it's a market breaker. We can have, by introducing those gadgets, audio gadgets, we can really help the people to recognize our names on the markets. So it's Quicksilver. We also have a head disk, and it can boost it's a power modules, and it can boost not only reduce the noise, and also can boost the power for audio amplifiers. So we also have a Hera, Kratos, then for the solid state, and we also move our technology into the solid state battery arena. So this is a semi-solid state battery we're using in very, very high power audio amplifiers. It can, for the battery pack, less than 1 kilogram, per channel, we can generate 5,000 kilowatts. So for the application size, we can do it in the audio, home audio, professional audio, medical, and car audio, accessories, and also the stylus. Myself, I have a PhD from Penn State University in EE, and I used to be a senior scientist at UC Berkeley. And the market itself is, the audio-related market is the second largest consumer market in the world. And we try to grow our, we think right now we are selling online mainly, but we want to grow into get more traction and recognition on the market right now. So that's what I have for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Anyone would like to, Tim?
Yeah, it seems like you cover a variety kind of products. So do you focus on any of them? And also, is there any reason why you want to cover? Is there any kind of synergies between the development of these products?
Right. So We are doing the gadgets, like I mentioned, because we tried it before, so we want to do it, but the competition is just too heavy, right? It's too large, and we don't have the money to do the promotions. And that's the reason we are focused on the small gadgets, like for the DIYer, the pocket play. So we have Oracle. They can have the audio file to put into their system. So it's one of the big selling for DIYer. So the Oracle series of op-amps, and we also have the Quicksilver. We also have the Hadis. They are gadgets, but we just trying to. It's for the marketing purpose. We try to using the small gadgets to have the people to recognize us name. Even though we can do a lot of things, right? So, but that's for the future. But so we try to gain some attraction. We gain some of the markets. We try to gain some of the recognition first for now. But in the future, of course, we're going to do the full throttle for all the different applications as well.
Okay, maybe Dennis? No?
Sure. So it sounds like a lot of good technology, good innovations there. Can you address about the production plan? If let's say your sales really takes off, how do you plan to address the high demand if that come to your door? What's your strategy there?
Right. Actually, I mean, it's like just on the crazy side, we have our ODM factory in China right now. We have very secure, contract with them. We are not pumping a whole lot onto the market right now, but we have a very, very stable the process, hold a contract with the manufacturer. It's very solid, even though it's not a Foxconn, but it's just, we have a very reliable source of manufacturing right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sean?
How will the battery matter for your device? If you have different battery, lithium battery, how will that change your product uniqueness?
Exactly. So for the different battery, that's a great question, actually. That's what we do so well. Because for the different chemistry of the battery, right? So they are so different. To control that, you have to have the very sophisticated, advanced battery management system. That's what we're good at. So we know how to use that. So when they're moving up to the market right now, they have a solid state. They're very, very good. Let me show you. But they were not ready for the market yet. But we have already put our antenna, whatever that is, and we already got hands-on onto it. So we are the expert, and also we are also the first company to have doing the battery technology in the audio systems. That's what we do well.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it's almost about time. So thank you so much, Sean. This is Sonic Scientific. Okay, now next team, let's welcome Gemantech. John from Gemantech, the CEO.
Hi, I'm John, CEO of Gemantech. Are you sure your privacy is safe right now? Since I'm standing here, every 37 seconds, there's a hacking happens. And even though you may not be able, it's not happening to you, but it's actually happening somewhere else. So let's take a look at these news from our household appliances all the way to the government levels. These things are seriously happening. And it is estimated to reach $10.5 trillion for the cybercrime cost of 2025. So your security is actually running out of time. The reason is due to the rise of the quantum computing, the data that you used to take thousands of years to crack now will be starting hacking under seconds. So when this happens, your privacy, secrets, and critical assets, everything you value so much will be under dangers. So it's now or never. So many large enterprises are actually suffering from cybersecurity issues. So that's why White House, NIST, and these large enterprises are scrambled to upgrade to the next level of protections, post-quantum cryptographies. So what are you waiting for? These technologies will be able to apply in so many industries, from AIoT, smart healthcare, fintech, or even to the aerospace and telecommunications. Due to the applications and new standardizations they just launched last month, it will easily to reach $2 billion level of markets. Gemintech, we're the guardian of the hardware security at the post-quantum cryptography level. So we're introducing the world's first quantum-safe secure identity chip. With this chip, we have embedded so many of our patent technologies and to bring the highest level of protections, and also to embed the newest standards, FIPS 203 and 204. Our technologies to protect on the hardware protections without loopholes, and to encrypt the systems with a post-quantum level of encryptions and decryptions. Also, we're using our technologies on authenticating by using the chip fingerprints technologies. So let's take a look at our customers. So Gemintech, we have built and designed the foundations for the hardware security. So for example, the PQC crypto accelerators that are much faster, up to 300% than the others. Key management, side channel attack protections, and these can be applied in cloud to protect on the encryption for the communication data. On the edge side, for the AIoT, for example, we protect on the algorithm protections, end-to-end bindings, and also most importantly on the identity authentications, which in the future will be over-the-air updates to make sure you're downloading the correct files for the updates instead of fake ones. Our business model is to ramp up with the IP design with a charge on the license fee and royalties. And at the same time, our team is capable of doing the ASIC on the IC design with a charge of NRE fees and in different applications and industries. We have, for the business tractions, we have signing multiple MOUs that with $5 million of levels. And for the revenue forecast, it's actually growing over 250% within the next 5 years. And we have been in the last 18 months, increasing about 30 times. We have also protected our patent portfolios to our technologies. And at the same time, we have engaged with a lot of organizations in the US, and we're going to set up a US entity to expand our business in 2025. The team now is about 30 people with 70% of engineers, and we have long experiences in semiconductors, security sales, IC design, and even IP designs. We're backed by the different partners and investors and have been successfully fundraised over $3 million just within 18 months. And our business partners have been grown over 400%. Join us and let's secure your future together. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any questions for Gemintech?
Yeah. So this IP would be licensed by any company that is making a system on a chip. Is that correct?
Yeah, so basically we have two models. One is an ASIC to help some of the companies to build the whole systems like what we did. But at the same time, we can also license some of the IPs to our customers for individually, for root of trust or just on the crypto accelerators.
Okay. Are you also thinking of licensing this to a bigger licensing company, like an ARM or somebody like that?
Yeah, so actually it's collaborating. So for example, we're currently using the RISC-V with Endis. So we'll be licensing their MCUs with our customer if they're on an ASIC demands. But at the same time, we can also license to them for them to embed it, use, and actually increase their technology-wise. So yes.
Okay. And one last question, perhaps. How big is this IP in terms of size in silicon implementation?
So currently, the last POC that we've done is actually on a 9mm square on 40 nanometers technology, but we can definitely shrink that down further if that's what customer needs. And we're actually on different POCs to different technology nodes at the same time as well.
Okay, thank you.
I guess Dennis got some question?
Yeah. So John, good to see you on stage, and it's always hard to do a deep tech presentation. Really appreciate that you share this customer view about how to use your technology. I think that's relevant to the general audience. So my question to you is that you have this plan to move into United States, and you have a pretty good foundation back home. So what's the resources you might need in this year or beyond to actually support your growth landing here in the States?
Okay, so we've actually been growing starting our teams here. So we got our US CEO over there. We've been increasing more of the POCs with different customers. Because our company are I'm putting that into 3 different phases. The second phase is one of the explosions to the revenues will be on the IPs. But before that, we need a lot of different applications and different POC cases in various industries. We have set out like a standard of the modules that easy to apply in different industry. We have done that, but here we're more looking for different application customers, different collaborations, and more connections. Then at the same time, the post-quantum cryptography is actually published and pushed by NIST. So actually here will be the first one that everything that start growing.
Great, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Sean?
John, is there any validation on this chip is quantum hacking proof, that kind of scenario?
That's a great question. So we're not doing algorithms of ourselves, actually. So we're just applying them, but we have different architectures. So that makes our chips and our technology so different. But right now, we're actually co-working with Australian governments. They try to figure, and UQ Cyber, they're working with us to build on the newer standards and newer testing schemes that for our chips to be able to actually do multi-things together. For example, we've been talking about the machine learning algorithms that has to be protected. And we're sort of putting our products into different levels. So the first level is sort of like a gateway to protect everything. And the second one is sort of starting to protect on the manipulation to the algorithms. And the third part is going to be more on not be able to copy your devices. And actually, these are even up to the post-quantum level. So, but we'll definitely co-work with the other institute to help on that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Also thanks to John from German Tech. Next team we have King Victor. Let's welcome JP, the CEO of King Victor.
Hi, hello. Hi, I'm Jasper. I'm CEO of Queen Victor. Queen Victor stands for Quantum and Invicta. Invicta is the Latin word meaning invincible. Our mission is to make your system invincible. Okay. The countries like the United States and China, the company like Google and IBM, and IBM,
Is the slide okay?
No, I think it's my problem.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I skip it. The NIST initiated the standard of the post-quantum cryptography in 2016, and Joe Biden signed a memorandum in 2022. And the first standard PQC algorithm was published in 2024 in last month. Okay. We predict the hardware solution market in maybe 1 billion and the strong demand growth with scale about 95.2%. Our PQC solution is based on all the side channel resistance and verification, and our IP, serial IPs, will based on the side channel, and we can provide a customer design for ASIC application. Okay, our product lines follow the commercial national security algorithm CISA 2.0. And the tape-out result of a lightweight and the classic algorithm have a very good performance. And we also provided the hybrid design for PQC migration. And the PQC combined design have a minimal gate count for all the literature. Okay, our business model is our business model is to engage to the IC design house, foundry, and the SI partner, and get a license-free royalty and NRE. Quivinta have a very strong mathematical background and double E background for triple area efficiency. So we can get a minimum gate count. And we tape out, our IP have a tape out proven and the module design for similar integration. Okay, as a US Taiwan hybrid company, we leverage Taiwan expertise and US company leading marketing position and to create a better product. Our team, Jasper, me, I have over 10 years about side channel research, and Jimmy have 20 years about cryptography, and Yoda have 10 years about chip design and verification. Our advisor, including Yang Guanglei, the former senior R&D director at TSMC, and Professor Chen Gangzhen, he is he at the University of Florida, Tampa, and he is actually fellow, and he has founded and sold a wireless chip company to MediaTek. Okay, we complete the 40 nanometer shuttle with TSC for combined PQC design, and we are working on MOU and complete PQC standard compliance. And next year, we will patent filing and trade secret protection. We are targeting 1.3 million in revenue in 2025 and 2 million by 2026. We are seeking funding $3 million for seed round. And this for personnel experience and R&D and operation. Okay, thank you. I'm Jasper.
Hello, thank you, Jasper. I heard that it's your first time pitching, yes. Right? And first time pitching, then you have to do it in English.
Yes.
Okay, pretty nice sound. Okay, any questions from the judges? Sean, go first.
Where are most of your engineering team, and who are your major customer target right now?
Yeah, we have 3 customers. About one is about the government, in Taiwan government, and government vendor, and we have cooperated a lot of IP company, and we are engaging a lot of lightweight or IoT device customer. Yeah, and we have over 10 people, 10 engineers. About focus side channel, we have a lot of mathematical background, so we can design the most small gate count chip. Yeah.
Mostly here or in Taiwan?
Taiwan, and we want to focus the R&D in Taiwan and engage the business in the US. So US, we have Professor Chen Guangzhen in the Tampa. Yes. Thank you.
Tim?
I'm also curious, how and where do you build your tape-out capacity?
Capacity?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, we want to. Sorry, I'm not sure about the capacity, about the business or.
Tim, can you explain your question again?
Yeah.
How did you tape out the chips you design, right? And then where and how, and just want to know how capable you are.
We tape out chip in Taiwan, and by TSMC. Yeah. For 180 nanometer, 90 nanometer, and the PQC solution is 40 nanometer. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Dennis?
Yeah, so Jasper, admire your courage to get onto stage. I know it's always difficult to do a presentation like this, but I really appreciate that you have done this good explanation about your company. But I'm just wondering a little bit about your market expansion. I think you mentioned that you have a team here in the States, right? And how does that help you for the long-term sales or revenue potentials? Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
3 days ago, I discussing with Chen Guangzhen in Tampa. We will to see the office in the Tampa and engage or the salesman engage the Tampa, because the Tampa has a lot of banker research center in here. There, so we want to set up there. And in Taiwan, we can engage a different IC design company. So we already do it. Yep. Thanks. Thank you.
And it's also about time. So I think, thank you, Jasper.
Thank you.
From Kinvista.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, I think that concludes the impressive presentation from the 15 startups today. Thank you all for participating. We hope that their presentation today have brought you some inspiration about startup and innovation. I want to express my gratitude to all the participating startups and the facilitating investors, as well as the volunteers and staff here today to make the Taiwan Demo Day happen. We also like to invite all the facilitating investors and all the attending investors around and all the startups of the Demo Day today to room 207 for further networking. Thank you for being here to show your support on Taiwan and the startups. Thank you. 谢谢.